Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back down under the mat. We're here in Madison Square Garage around the pool table of relevancy. This, to my left, is Mr. Dan Danielson. I am Roddy Reece. He's happy. We've just gotten done watching Saturday night's main event where we have crowned a new world heavyweight champion. The match was between the YEET-Man himself, main event Jey Uso, and the voice of the voiceless, the best in the world, CM Punk. And CM Punk has come out victorious in this affair, and we are pretty damn happy about
boy.
So we're going to kick it off talking about that. We'll talk about that match specifically, the rest of the card, and then we'll move on to some other news topics and all that sort of stuff. I do not have my handheld mic today because I had this set up for our live stream, so make sure you tune into our live streams. We're aiming to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Last I checked, we're about 86 short. So very high potential we could get there.
And the live streams are fun. Like we had a TikTok live stream for a bit of the show tonight and then the YouTube one as well. A bunch of people in there chatting, putting in their predictions, talking about the matches and stuff. They're good fun. So if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you jump into the live streams, give them a like, come have a chat with us. And if you want to chat during the week when we're not live on shows and stuff, join our Discord.
Yep.
We've got a Discord server. It's in the description down below. You can see a little line and everything running across. There's a description
Everything's
down there.
in that scroller.
And if the link doesn't work, just put a note in the comments for me and I'll jump in and I will give you the Discord link because it's good fun chatting to everybody about wrestling. And
absolutely.
It makes the shows go by a little bit quicker. It makes
that 2 hours flew by, dude.
Yeah, definitely when you're chatting to like-minded people and you're all discussing your crazy fantasy booking ideas.
Even the extremely late night / early morning when we live streamed Crown Jewel.
That was fun too.
That was good because we had people constantly talking about everything while we were watching. So let's pedal back and start talking about Jey Uso versus CM Punk on Raw having a face-to-face, which I wasn't overly impressed with. I feel like it didn't live up to my expectations.
Yeah,
I guess. It was just a nice, plain and simple promo. I'm going to beat you. No, I'm going to beat you. 4 letters, one word, yeet. Here we go.
But I mean, that's kind of been what this build has unfortunately had to have been, right? With the Seth Rollins injury, they haven't had time to build a big story. And they're obviously telling a story of little Roman, where Jay's, is he going dark side? Is he not going dark side? Is Jimmy going to talk him through? Is Sammy going to talk him through? Like, who knows?
Well, Jay and Jimmy, they did have a couple of backstage. Just waiting for that big truck to pass. Yeah. They did have a couple of big backstage segments on Raw.
Yep.
Where one was a bit negative, one was like, they made up, everything's all good. And they seemed all chummy on the Saturday night's main event stream as well. So see what goes on there. I think maybe they'll be in cahoots, especially because we've got War Games coming up. We'll be talking on that topic a little more in depth a bit later. But kicking off this match, getting into it, pretty stock standard match to start with.
We're doing Saturday night's main event now?
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
So with this match, I feel like it was pretty good for the first 5 minutes or so. Nothing running back entrances, no running it back from Punk like we got on Raw.
Which was hilarious, I like that.
Loved it. It was great to see. So a little bit average to start the match. It was just, sometimes with these matches, you just have to wait a little bit for things to pick up, as you do with all the matches. And then once it started picking up, they went outside.
It really picked up, yeah.
Yeah, it really picked up. They went outside. Jay got spear to Punk through the barricade. Earlier on, Punk hit a GTS. Jay literally just crumpled like a sack of potatoes and fell out of the ring, not allowing CM Punk to try and get the advantage. And once it started picking up towards the end, trading finishes, spear, super kick, splash, kick out. A second GTS, kick out.
And this, to me, like we were saying on the live chat to those in the stream with us, was that it was about the point of the spear through the barricade. We're like, so when's Bron Breakker coming?
Yeah, we were expecting
something is happening. There's going to be interference. We were watching for cameramen. We were waiting to see what's going to happen. And nothing was happening. And I was okay with it once the match hit its crescendo. Once we started to hit these false finishes, it really picked up. Like this to me was a 3.5 star match. And then the last 10 minutes went, maybe it's 4.5 star match. It definitely got a whole lot better.
If you're rating that as a whole as 3.5, that's a little rough.
No, I mean, the first 10, 15 minutes, the last 10 minutes, way better. The false finishes were absolutely fantastic. The fact that you and I, when he hit the top rope splash, we were like, oh God, it's done.
Yeah.
And he kicked out, and I thank God. And then there was a GTS, and then we were like, oh no. And then they reversed each other's finishes, and Jey hit Punk with a GTS, then Punk speared him straight away. We're like, oh my God, what's going on here? And then we
had the double GTS spot as well. The first double GTS spot. First one gets
falls
hit.
onto his shoulders.
Falls onto his shoulders. Punk tries to get him up, sort of like fall back. Jey gets him in the sleeper hold. And it was at that point we were like, oh no, this is it. That's how he beat Gunther. He's going to beat Punk with it too.
And then he rolled him into the Anaconda Vice. And you're like, oh.
Got him in the Anaconda Vice. That was great. And then it was shortly after that they moved to the finish.
Because Jey got the ropes and they rolled him into, Punk took him back into the middle, went for the Anaconda Vice again, rolled him into a
crucifix pin, which Dan was...
Oh, I was determined it was done. I was like...
You were worried for a second, and I was maybe a little worried too.
And then there was some more super kicks, and then there was another GTS, and then another GTS. And 1, 2, 3.
Five total. 1, 2, 3.
CM Punk is the new WWE Heavyweight Champion. And I think that, to me, is the right decision if you are putting the title on Bron Breakker, because we were chatting through the stream with this, that Jey winning the number one contenders battle royal to get this spot was only so he could lose to Punk. It made the most sense that everyone said that Jey won that because if LA Knight had won or Breakker had won or whatever, and then Punk beats them, they look like shit.
Yeah.
So Jey came out of this exactly the same as Jey had of beforehand, right?
Yeah.
Nothing changes with his character. He's still got that edge. Is he going to turn Little Roman? Is he not? Who knows?
That's my question here. Is this finally going to be Jey's cracking point?
Yeah,
I feel like he would have been pretty confident going into this.
Yeah.
Because he'd beaten Gunther in the past. He can beat CM Punk, right?
Yeah.
So it just depends on whether they're going to wait until after War Games or like we called I think it's a couple months now. Jey turning on Jimmy
in War Games.
Is that how it's going to go down?
But this to me, good decision to put Punk with the title. And we said this before as well, that I don't think CM Punk and his stories needs the World Heavyweight title, but I think right now the World Heavyweight title needs CM Punk. And with no Seth Rollins, with no, there's no Roman on TV every week, there's no Brock Lesnar on TV every week, Cody and Drew and Randy are on the other show. Like there really isn't the peak of Raw that it should be without Seth there. And so if you're going to put that title on the top of the Raw card, it's CM Punk.
Yeah.
If you're going to have Bron Breakker now go through whatever he needs to go through to get back to that title and he beats Jey Uso and everyone in the crowd is like, well, we kind of never wanted Jey to have it anyway. So good job, Bron. Thanks. You take it. We're going to cheer Bron Breakker.
Yes. And that's what WWE apparently do not want right now.
And if Bron Breakker then has to come through and destroy everybody's favorite CM Punk, who is 20-year veteran, we've all just finally seen him get his chance again. Correct. Yeah. So right decision storyline-wise, really good match towards the end of it. And we were talking with Braden from our Discord and stuff in our chats as well. We have to give Jey Uso his credit, his flowers for this match.
He looked great.
The second half of the match was very, very good. I don't think Jey works well on a TV style match that's like 10 minutes, really simple stuff, because it's just too boring. It's a superplex, it's a couple of splashes and a couple of super kicks and a splash and it's done. Whereas you give Jey 20 minutes to work those moves into the story of a match, he looks great. So this was really good.
Love to see it. Another match that was the right decision, maybe wasn't. The match that opened Saturday night's main event, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. Now, on SmackDown, they had their contract signing, which contract was reviewed by both parties prior, and they were both like, yep, nothing wrong with the contract. I'll sign this. Go out to the ring.
Well, Drew didn't. Drew said, I'll talk to you when we get out there.
Yeah, well, he said there was no issues with it. But then he gets out there and he says, I'm not signing this contract. What if Cody gets disqualified? He keeps his title. What if he gets counted out? He keeps his title. So there was a stipulation added to this match. Cody gets disqualified or counted out, he would lose the championship. And they teased that from the get-go.
Which we knew they were going to do.
Oh, absolutely. When you have a stipulation like that, that's the story of the match. How do you get to those spots where you tease that? You try and get the crowd, is he going to do it?
Mm-hmm. The near ref bumps. It Look, this to me was fine again in terms of the storyline, right? The storyline selling of the match was, do you tease the DQ? What's going to happen? They went through that the whole way. First 10 or so minutes was fine. There was the wild spot of Drew pushing Cody from the apron through the table.
Yeah.
That was pretty huge.
Apparently, Freddie Prinze Jr. thought that should have been a disqualification. I do not agree.
Why would that be a disqualification?
Exactly.
All he did was push him off the ropes.
Yeah, Cody just could have fallen on the floor, not through a table.
Yeah. The table was innocuous in that case.
Innocent bystander.
Not a DQ. That's fine. But then obviously towards the finish, you get the title belt in the ring. Are they going to use it? Then there's a ref bump.
The classic ref bump.
And then we work out who's going to use the title belt. And it was Cody, who
Very
DDTs Drew McIntyre onto the title belt. He knows he does it. He looks for the referee, makes sure the referee's not watching, hits the DDT, throws it out of the ring to hide the evidence, hits the crossroads, 1, 2, 3. Now, does this make sense for us in the long term that, ESPN still wants Cody Rhodes as the face of the company and the champion going into SummerSlam, Survivor Series, all that other stuff? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Do we, as the IWC, want the trigger pulled so that Drew wins the title again? Yeah, we definitely do.
Yeah.
Does this then mean that there's now a rematch that they're going to do at Survivor Series and maybe Drew wins it there? Because he can come out and say, look, he should have been disqualified. He used the title belt.
Yep.
Oh, the referee didn't see a referee's discretion. Yeah, but he used the title belt. I also don't mind that they are teasing the little steps of Cody turning heel, but it's too slow because they teased this same sort of thing of Cody turning heel
With SummerSlam.
At King of the Ring when Randy hit the turnbuckle and then he pinned him after that. That was a King of the Ring like 6 months ago.
Jesus.
And then he's done little bits at SummerSlam against Cena. He's done little things here, and then he fought. We think he's taken out Jacob Fatu. Like there has been progression, but it's kind of been like 10% to 15% to 17% to 20%. Can we just go bang to 70% and just make him turn heel? Because I think it's what we all want. We all want this heel Cody.
Yeah.
We want to
I
change
feel
the character.
Maybe by the end of the year it happens, pending this stuff with Jacob Fatu.
And
how long it takes him to get back after his dental surgery.
Yeah.
I feel like Cody definitely needs a refresh in his character.
Yes.
And having these little bits here and there is helping, but also like just pull the trigger, man. Just pull the trigger.
I think so. And pull the trigger on Drew. Give Drew the title. Like running into
Please.
like Survivor Series, Christmas, Royal Rumble season, like that's a couple of months you can give Drew the title that it's not the important part of the title, like the story that it is.
Yeah.
You then have somebody beat him, or if he's not in your WrestleMania match, then he loses a match at the Royal Rumble or an Elimination Chamber.
Could you imagine? Just to tie into your theory from the other week.
Yeah.
About Cody winning his third Royal Rumble. Cody's turned heel by then.
Yep.
He's in the Rumble, but he gets eliminated early. And then as number 30 is making their entrance, he takes them out, inserts himself back into the Royal Rumble to win.
You can do that. But sure. I mean, yeah, I think...
Well, how many times have we seen the spot where someone gets taken out and then that person takes their place?
Yeah, but not if they've already been eliminated.
But why not?
Oh, I would prefer to see it that he's not been in the Rumble yet. If Cody's not in the Royal Rumble and the 30 person comes out and it's Joe Hendry and everyone's super excited and he takes out Joe Hendry and says, no, I'm going into number 30 and I win the Rumble. That's fine. That's a good story.
That's your moment. That's your moment right there.
But yeah, look, this match was fine for what it was.
Yeah,
I think
a couple of really good spots.
Yeah.
Really good teasers. I liked the Drew bringing the title into the ring, throwing it to Cody. Cody being like, oh, no, I can't do it. Throws the title away. Boom, Claymore.
The short Claymore.
The short Claymore. Absolutely love that. Didn't get the 1, 2, 3 because he didn't get that momentum and the extra trajectory bouncing off the ropes or anything. So that's fine. That kick out was fine. But yeah.
The next match,
I hope.
also fine and also probably the right decision.
Yes. So the sole women's match on this card, Tiffany Stratton, our 302-day reign for the Women's Championship against Jade Cargill.
This was telegraphed pretty heavily. Obviously, the fact that Jade turned heel on her 2 weeks ago instantly made her character fresh. Like we've seen Tiffany versus Jade a couple of times, SummerSlam included.
Yeah.
But this felt like a different match now because it was a heel Jade Cargill against Tiffany. They also telegraphed it with the knee injury from Jade, from Tiffany that she was hurt kicking against the steps a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And that was wrapped up. And then even Nick Aldis was like, you know,
Are you sure you don't, have
sure
to
you don't want to do this? And she was like, oh, I'm a fighting champion. I'll do it. Cool. She's losing. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But this was what we wanted from this match too, right? There was a bit of dominance from Jade. She got on top, beat her up. Tiffany got a little bit of a hope spot, went for the prettiest moonsault ever. The knee buckled. She couldn't climb the ropes.
Yep. Had to go up slower. Jade capitalized, took her out, put her in the tree of woe, stomped her a bit.
And I was like,
After she got off the ropes, it was just like a few
power
fall-away
bombs.
slams, a couple of power bombs, Jaded. 1, 2, 3. Absolutely dominant performance from Jade Cargill, and that's what we wanted to see, especially with this new heel character.
100%.
I definitely think that this is going to be great for her moving forward. There's always a lot of speculation around her and her in-ring capabilities. I feel like this heel character, because heels generally tend to work a little bit slower and more methodical, this will really work to her level of wrestling.
yeah, I definitely agree. And I mean, the majority of her TBS title run on AEW was heel.
Yeah.
So I think she works better as the heel. I think this works very well to have a returning Bianca Belair go against Jade.
Fingers crossed everything goes okay. 'cause
Literally, fingers crossed. In Bianca's
well,
case.
there's been reports coming back up this week that I think it was Meltzer, so take it with a grain of salt, was reporting that the finger injury is much worse than everyone suspects and it's taking longer to recover. And Bianca's come out and stated that if she can't recover from this finger injury properly, she's done. She can't wrestle. And that's horrific to think about.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
As much as my brother Josh hates Bianca Belair, that is going to be a massive blow to the women's division.
Oh, absolutely will be. Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to see it happen. I don't know the extent of the finger injury and exactly what it is, but like my mind went, if she can't use it independently, surely you could just tape it together and But I wonder if it's a bending situation, which limits your grabbing power, which you need to have in this sort of profession.
Grabbing power, lifting power, all that kind of stuff. It'd be pretty bad. Look, hopefully she's back. Hopefully she is fit, and they just haven't put her back because the storyline hasn't been there.
Cross
Yet.
other fingers so we can pray that she
Sad. But yeah, I think this was the right call. Jade now needs it. That SmackDown women's division needed a bit of a shot in the arm.
I'd really loved the view. It was last week. By the time this goes out, like a week and a half ago, when Jade turned on Tiffy, just the look that she had in her face and the fact that, I feel like they must have put, glitter in her scar or something because it was, glistening in the spotlights. Just that look. She's got a great look for a heel, and I'm really keen to see where this goes.
Yep, agree.
Last match of the card. 4-match card. Triple threat Intercontinental Championship match between Dominic Mysterio defending against Rusev and Penta Zero Miedo. Now, we did have a number 1 contenders match on Monday Night Raw, but El Grande Americano and his duo of, what are they called? I can't even remember what they're called now.
The Grandes.
The Venti Grandes.
Yeah, I know. They've got a name, though.
They do. I can't remember. Anyway, they interfered in the number 1 contendership match, causing a no contest. And Adam Pearce was like, you think it's funny, Dom? You've now got both to defend against Saturday Night's main events.
This, to me, was hilarious.
What, the match or the interference?
A bit of both.
Yeah. Because there was at one point where Dom picked up a phone and made a phone call to someone just before the number 1 contenders match. And then it just so happened that it was his buddy and El Grande Americano and his little troopers.
Yeah, I'm still Googling to find their names. That's what I'm doing. I'm not ignoring everybody.
Slowly draining this out. Let's just start talking about the match. Great match.
What I loved about this was when they were talking to Dom backstage, and he was like, "I can't believe El Grande they interfered.
Why would they do that?
There's no way they would do that. That's completely on their own. Absolutely on their own. There's no way they would do that.
We know you better, Dom.
That was very funny. Look, the match itself with Penta and Rusev was good, and it also flows into the match at Saturday Night's main event.
Yeah.
They have good chemistry together. The spot,
they worked really well together.
The spot with Rusev being on his back and then Penta jumping over Rusev to hit a Mexican destroyer on Dom through the ring. Oh, superb.
Loved it. That took Dom out for a bit. Rusev gets the advantage. He's taken out Penta.
Rayo and Bravo.
There we go. Don't like it. Is it Rayo Americano and Bravo Americano?
Correct.
Okay.
And El Grande Americano.
The big American, as the Mexicans call him.
The big German guy pretending to be the big American guy pretending to be a Mexican guy. Still the funny. I still love
the
it.
layers of this gimmick are amazing.
The fact that he was supposed to be a heel, and anytime you see him on a Triple A show, he's the biggest babyface down there. It's amazing.
It's wild. It's wild. They truly love their characters down in Mexico.
The only person who is a bigger babyface in Triple A than El Grande Americano is Dominic Mysterio.
Dom picks up the victory as well in Saturday night's main event. Mm-hmm. So in the lead up to that, Dom had gotten taken out by that Mexican destroyer. Rusev was getting on top. He hit his Machka kick and he had Penta in the accolade. And the ref's there. They got hard can. They got him right there. And then the bell rings. Penta had not tapped out yet. And that's where you connect the dots. No disqualification.
This was good.
Dom's ringing the bell, trying to get Rusev's attention. Rusev comes out, tries to take out Dom, brings him back in the ring. Chaos happens. The hammer gets left in the ring. Penta goes to use the hammer on Dom. Dom moves, hits Rusev. Dom throws Penta into the ring post, gets up, frog splash, 1, 2, 3, pins Rusev. Dom retains. Now we're all hoping that this leads to John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio at War Games for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yes.
We still have 2 more Raws to get through before then. And we did have the announced...
Well, before you get to that, let's not get off Dom yet.
Okay.
There's still more to talk about with this Dom match. The great thing is, I love the fact that they are continuing to find ways for Dom to cheat and still win. And they
Did he cheat though? It was a triple threat, no disqualification match.
True, but he used shady tactics to make Rusev thought he'd win by ringing the bell. That was a fantastically good spot. Yeah. I also loved that he went into the ring before with a chair and threw it to Rusev and did the Eddie spot. And the referee's like, bro, it's a triple threat. What are you talking about? Yeah. He can whack him with that chair all he wants.
And then Dom got the chair.
That, very funny. And that's why I think I'm so impressed with this run with Dom as the character is that the character of Dom is hilarious.
Yeah.
The way that he is talking about the El Grandes backstage, the way that he is doing the Eddie spot in the matches, it's all very funny, but also at no point do I feel like, he can't actually wrestle. Like he's only getting away because he's cheating. No, Dom is holding his own in all of these matches and doing the comedy shtick with it. It is just the best character for him right now, and he deserves a match with John Cena.
In a 5-year turnaround, there is no one to grow and change better than Dominic Mysterio, I feel. In a 5-year span.
Logan Paul would be right up there with him.
Everyone, yeah. It's a controversial topic because people don't like Logan Paul, but we also agree Logan Paul deserves his flowers.
Yeah.
Especially with the matches that he's had this year.
If you look at that original, because it was Logan Paul and The Miz versus the Mysterios, wasn't it? His first match?
I think so.
And then you also look at was that Dom's first WrestleMania? No.
Can't remember.
But regardless, whenever those matches were years ago, that Dominic Mysterio, clean shaven in his little suit with his dad, and that Logan Paul walking out with his Pikachu card, to what those two wrestlers are today, wildly different, and they are both 1,000 times better.
Yeah. Can I pivot to John Cena now?
Now we can talk about the John Cena announcement.
The John Cena announcement. John Cena will address his final opponent next. And we're like, this was never advertised. This was never announced. And then what we had all feared to some capacity, John Cena that has announced that his final opponent, he wants it to be someone truly worthy, ready to take the mantle. And it's a tournament starting at the TD Boston Garden. And we all know that that's likely going to be Gunther, who comes out on top, wins the tournament, and then has the victory over John Cena in his final match.
So let's talk about this tournament.
Yes.
A couple of things that Cena had said. 16-man tournament.
Yes.
So you've got
Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
And outside.
People not even working in this company.
So that obviously is the thread that they're trying to put for the Edge. Everyone to think, well, they've said it's there. And there's obviously people that are talking about Jericho as well, whatever.
Imagine if Edge comes back in a tournament and we get multiple appearances for Edge.
No.
It's not happening.
No, it's not going to happen.
I'm pretty sure. I'm still holding out like a smidgen of hope. But I'm like 98% certain it's not happening.
Oh,
And there's still 2% of me that wants to see Edge and hopes that it happens.
now that they've called it a tournament, right? Could you imagine? Let's go with. I'm just trying to think of somebody that would make sense to be. Let's go CM Punk. Just let me fantasy book this. CM Punk's in the tournament. He wins a couple of matches. He gets to the final, and he wins the final, and it's going to be CM Punk versus John Cena as the last match. He gets to Saturday night's main event, and CM Punk walks out, and his music hits, and he gets there and he stops. And he takes the microphone and says, "Look, I know I worked my way here, but I don't deserve this final match. I've already had my match with John. We had our moment. It was in Saudi. We had the Doctor of Thugonomics. Like, it was fantastic. I don't think John and I can top that moment or top that match. And you, as a WWE universe, you deserve better. You deserve something more phenomenal. You deserve something more rated R." And then all of a sudden, then Edge's music hits and he comes out. That's how you get away with Edge not being in the tournament, is that whoever wins gifts that to Edge.
Okay.
And I don't think it would be CM Punk, but I couldn't think. I was looking at AJ Styles. I was like, nah, it couldn't be him.
Nah, AJ would want to do the match again.
It'd have to be someone that doesn't want the match with Cena and has a reason why.
Yeah.
And it could be AJ, it could be Orton, it could be Punk, because they've already had the match.
Yes, correct.
But I don't see Edge happening. Sorry, unfortunately.
I think this ship sailed, man.
The problem with for me, this 16-man tournament is the second that they announce all of the brackets and you see Gunther on one side of the tournament and like Bron Breakker on the other side, like, there's your final. I like the idea that he said SmackDown, Raw, and NXT. And outside of it, I think the outside of it, everybody will hope is Joe Hendry.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
He obviously had the WrestleMania match with Randy Orton. He was in the Rumble. He has pretty much said the majority of his career has been based off John Cena. All of his promos and stuff was him loving John Cena, and it is his dream as a wrestler to face Cena. And I'm sure Cena knows that.
Yeah.
Would WWE pull the trigger on Cena's last match being with Joe Hendry?
I
Technically a non-WWE?
Pitched it during the live stream. It sounds good on paper because of the interactions they've had this year.
Yep.
Hendry appearing in the Rumble, having a backstage conversation with John Cena saying, "We see you, keep going." Mm-hmm. Surprise opponent against Randy Orton at WrestleMania as your TNA World Champion as well.
Yep.
Have another conversation backstage, and it all gets wrapped up in a nice little package. Cena's final match.
And I think the way that this could also work out is that, from my understanding, Joe Hendry's TNA contract runs out this year anyway.
Yes, yeah. So he is scheduled to apparently become full-time WWE next year in 2026.
So this could be his debuting WWE deal, is that you debut versus John Cena.
And win.
I would love to see that. However, I am skeptical that the guy jumping out of bins and fridges and cupboards in NXT and cutting promos with the Culling and Thea Hall or whatever is the guy you put against John Cena.
Yeah.
I just don't see that character that
He's not
they
being
have.
booked in a strong way at the
And
moment.
the problem is they're showing him on WWE TV like this.
Yeah.
I don't think you can, although
That's a steep turnaround.
a lot of people watch Raw and SmackDown, don't have any clue what happens in NXT, so maybe they don't know this is what's happening. Those of us that do, is like,
But I wonder if that mainstream audience from Raw and SmackDown and who would tune into John Cena's final match would know Joe Hendry and the meme.
well, they would know the rest. Yeah.
And I wonder if that's enough for WWE to pull that trigger.
Yeah. Well, I think Joe Hendry is in the tournament.
Yeah.
I think I'd be pretty confident to say Hendry will be in the tournament. I would be confident to say if there's 16 people, you've got Bron Breakker in there. I would like to see, and we discussed this on the live stream, AJ Styles, Dominic Mysterio, CM Punk, even Cody Rhodes to be in the tournament, because why wouldn't they want to face John Cena on his last match?
Yeah.
Like, every single wrestler that is currently active that has the capability to do it should want this match with Cena. So even if it's Cody Rhodes and he's the champion, he shouldn't be like, no, I don't need that. He should be in that tournament.
What if it is Cody Rhodes as the champion? And they face off for one final time for the championship.
And John Cena wins?
No. That's where the heel turn happens.
And he turns heel
He
again.
turns heel on John Cena.
But I said he should have done this at SummerSlam.
Well, yes, I know, but like...
Keep going. You're cooking,
what?
Reece.
Oh, it's just that thought genuinely excites me. Having Cody hit Crossroads, hit double Crossroads, kick out. Hit his triple Crossroads, kick out. He just can't put away Cena. and we finally get him crack. The ref's looking at something. He undoes the top turnbuckle. The ref's going back to fix it up. Hits the referee from behind. He brings the chair in willingly or brings the title in willingly. He attacks John Cena. He hits him with the avalanche crossroads to get the victory. He does anything possible to get that win over John Cena. And we finally get a heel Cody Rhodes.
I'm not against that. I'm not against that at all.
That shit's all over my Obafemi idea.
Or
I don't give a crap about that no more.
we have all of that, and somehow Super Cena still wins the match.
Never seen 18.
And he goes to the Never Seen 18, but he's obviously still retiring because he's done. So he lays the title in the ring.
And then the winner of the Royal Rumble gets
Which is
the
Cody
championship.
Rhodes for the third year in a row.
There we go.
It's Cody
There it
Rhodes
is.
again.
You heard it here first, down under the mat.
God, we love overbooking stuff. That's hilarious.
We do. Now, seeing as we're on the topic of John Cena, we've got a couple of Bleacher Report articles that we want to talk about. And one of them this week was picking 6 other opponents for John Cena other than Gunther.
Okay.
We'll go through the 6. If you want to talk in detail on why it shouldn't be them to counteract their argument,
Sure.
just stop me.
All right, we'll do.
And I think we all know the first one, Randy Orton.
Well, he's not on TV right now. He's
Not
already
on
had
TV.
his match.
Yeah. And I think the key thing is with this final run, apart from the Cody Rhodes championship matches, everything else has been one time.
Yes.
He's faced people one time
And
that's
he's done the RKO, he's hit the finishes, he's done the homages to them in all the matches. It's done. However, should Randy Orton be in the tournament? Yes, he should.
Yes, absolutely. Next, CM Punk. Similar case. Has already faced him, had a great moment. Should be in the tournament? Yes.
He's
Does
now
he
the
get
World
through?
Heavyweight Champion.
Yes, so doesn't need to go through. He's got a World Heavyweight Championship story to go. Doesn't need to.
Yeah, the problem with that is then how do you book your World Heavyweight Champion to not win a tournament?
And that's the problem with having both world champions in.
Yeah.
Because if it is just going to be Gunther, having both world champions in there is just dumb. I feel like the way that Cena was talking about it, it should be an up-and-comer. Similar to how he debuted against Kurt Angle.
Yeah. And do you reckon, I think Braden was saying this in one of our chats, you have Kurt Angle return as the special guest referee for the final match?
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. But that train of thought, that's why my pick was Obafemi.
Yeah, I can't say that. I can't.
Well, especially after I cooked up to that great Cody Rhodes heel turn story.
I'm proud of that one. That's a good one.
I have some good thoughts
proud
on
of
this podcast sometimes. Next option, Roman Reigns. Haven't had them face off this year, mind you.
Yep. I don't even think they've shared the screen. Oh, because was Roman out of the Rumble by the time Cena was in the Rumble?
Oh, I can't remember. No, he was in there.
Yeah, okay.
He was in there.
But if that's...
I wouldn't mind seeing that. That's one option.
Would you be comfortable then having Roman Reigns in the tournament
Against
And-
Gunther in the final match.
or,
So then everyone's
or in
like,
a
"Oh, no."
semi-final and Jey costs Roman the match? And whoever Roman is facing goes through?
Could be good story. Could be good story. There's a potential there. I'm not going to entirely shit on Bleacher Report for that one.
Because it's 16 people, so then it's 8 matches and then 4 matches and then a thingy. So,
I don't know how brackets work.
well, because it's...
You're the sports man. You do more sports than I do.
Yeah. So 16 is two like is 8 matches.
Yeah.
Because
Down to 4 matches.
correct.
And then 2 and then...
And then a semi.
One.
Yeah. So it'll be a 4-week tournament starting with 8 matches.
Well, if they're starting it 3 weeks before, this is going to be a very quick tournament.
Well, it has to be. I mean, it's not really actually because it's the 13th of December. So you've got...
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking...
It's not 4 Survivor Series. It's for the
Yeah,
7th
I
main
was-
event. So no,
my
you've,
bad.
you've got time.
I was a step
You've
ahead
got
of
time to
myself.
do all of that. Especially if you're doing it across Raw and SmackDown and NXT. The first week might be the announcement with one match, and the next week there might be a match on Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, and the next week's Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, and then that's your first round done, and that's taking you 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then you've got 4 semi-finals or quarterfinals, then you've got 2 semis, and then a final.
Yeah. 5th option, Bron Breakker.
I like it.
Definitely a pick.
If you want to try and tell the story that Paul Heyman is trying to say with Bron Breakker that you don't need to go for the world title right now, you're not ready, it's not what we need. What you should do
Another accolade.
Retire
to
John
your
Cena.
list. Yeah. I love that story too. That works really well because then when he comes up, maybe he wins the Rumble, goes against Punk. Wins the Chamber, goes against Punk, whatever. I retired John Cena. Never before seen the 17. I can easily take you out.
Yep.
And there's your whole story. The last one I will argue with because Dominic Mysterio, no, it's not going to happen for final match. It's going to happen at Survivor Series. For the
In San
Intercontinental
Diego for the
Championship.
IC title.
Easy one.
But does that mean John Cena wins, is a Grand Slam champion, and goes into this last match versus whoever as the IC title champion?
Will have to be. So then that
And then
gets
if
rid
Cody,
of the Bron Breakker theory because you're really going to put a mid-card title on Bron if he's looking to be elevated in the main event scene.
yeah, maybe not.
Unless you give him the Ultimate Warrior treatment, hold up both titles at the end of WrestleMania.
But that
champ.
also is why it then ties into what everyone thinks it should be Gunther, because
Yeah.
Gunther is the longest reigning, and let's be fair, the best intercontinental champion that we have had in recent memory.
Yeah.
He should go back and win that title again
Yeah.
and add that prestige back to that belt. Because not that Dom's taken any of the prestige away from it, but the focus of the Dominic Mysterio run with the IC title has been beating Dominic Mysterio. It has not been winning the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
Whereas when Gunther had it, it was beating Gunther for the IC title. That's what you had to do. Whereas now it's a bit of a different sort of mentality to it. Whereas I think you put it back on Gunther, you then bring that title back up to what it was and makes it prestigious again, that whoever beats Gunther and has that title then has that prestige.
Yeah. I like it. We've been talking a lot about WrestleMania, so let's talk about the mysterious shoe vignettes and then the announcement that WrestleMania 42 tickets were on sale and the collective sigh from the WWE universe that we weren't getting anything new or fancy. It was just a promo package. And the controversy surrounding this, not just because it wasn't like New Vision members or whatever.
Returning Santos Escobar.
Yeah, no nothing. It was the fact that there were no women in the promo. In the promo vignette and in the poster.
So that is a little annoying. I watched Busted Open when Bully Ray was talking around this, and one of the things that Bully Ray said was he called us out that there was no women, and he agrees, and he said what would have made it fine and what he would have accepted was that there was an extra set of chips sitting at the front of the table, and all you have to do is have Rhea Ripley or
even
Charlotte
Becky. I feel like
Flair
Rhea or Becky. Yeah.
I would have taken any of those three.
Deal the man in. Oh, that's got a good ring to it.
It does, but then you
Or
kind
deal
of like
mummy in.
you're still playing the whole man thing. Like maybe you don't.
No, she's the man. Becky Lynch.
I know, but then it's all men at the table still.
Yeah, but she's the man.
Yeah, I think dealing Mummy in or dealing the Queen in would have been a better pitch if you
It's
want.
a simple little change, and they can't go do their own women's only promo package now.
Well, they can't do
Don't
it.
make the same joke because it just seemed like damage control. Makes the joke while we're streaming because I make that point. Oh, so like Bailey and Dakota and Io.
Damage
Damage
control. You're
control.
so funny. I don't think they can do the same promo. You can't have
They got to do something different.
poker chips around the table and stuff. But like we discussed on our live stream, was that I think they should do a women's version of it. And to me, when I think about Las Vegas, and that's obviously the point they're trying to make with these promos, it's very Las Vegas centric.
Yep.
It's gambling, it's poker, it's casinos.
And it's live shows and entertainment.
Live shows and entertainment is the other thing you go to Vegas for. Is you're David Copperfield having a thing. What's it called when they have a residency at a casino for 2 years? Mariah Carey is there for 6 months. Dua Lipa is there for whatever long. That's the other part of Vegas, is all of the shows and stuff you have. So then you have the women's one be a bunch of them, like not being showgirls, but going to a show or like doing some form of performance on a stage and a show thing. And that's your Vegas side for the women. And then the men is the gambling casino side of it. If that's how you have to do it. But yeah, I still think it's a missed opportunity. There's no women in this one.
I wonder if they're going to work in, like, because they went to WrestleMania this year. And I wonder if all the talk online about the Sphere, I wonder if they've got this year now to plan and do a wrestling show at
In the Sphere?
Yeah. Do you reckon they could pull it off? So I've seen some of the clips
Yeah.
from like the Wizard of Oz screenings, the Backstreet Boys and stuff there. Oh, could you just imagine how much of a spectacle that episode of like Raw or Smackdown would be? Or maybe both.
And you could watch
In the
it from all the way across Vegas.
Oh, man.
It'd be insane.
Amazing.
I didn't think that this, when I first saw the feed the first set of feet, I was like, oh, this is Gunther. Fancy shoes, someone returning. All right, this is exciting. Then I saw Brock's ones and I was like, oh, well, it's not the Vision.
As soon as Brock's feet, you knew something was happening.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, maybe they're doing the War Games match through this, but then why would they be doing this walking in? Like, that seems strange. And then it's the promo. So obviously it was Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, Triple H, and Paul Heyman. Now, does that then hint at us as what the main events for WrestleMania are planned to be right now?
No.
Because it could, but also if you've watched Unreal, when you saw Unreal and they were talking about stuff going into War Games last year and they had the board on the wall that had their WrestleMania 42 plans, what that was and what WrestleMania 41 ended up being, very different.
Drastically different.
And not always just because of, storylines and injuries and things like that. Like, things just changed. Like, Jey Uso wasn't winning the Rumble.
No.
And then he did.
4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
Yeet.
Speaking on women, we'll pivot to AEW because they have made the official announcement for the first ever women's Blood and Guts match. War Games. But huge. We've all been expecting it. So let's go through the card. And
Have they announced the men's one as well?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that after the women's one.
Yeah.
Go.
You're going to be thrilled with it.
I'm pretty sure I know who it is and I'm not a fan.
Nobody's a fan. Back on the women. Mercedes Moné, TBS champion Mercedes Moné.
Sure.
Megan Bayne.
Yep.
Marina Shafir.
Okay.
And the Triangle of Madness. So Tekla, Sky Blue, and Julia Hart.
So 6 people.
6, yes.
Okay.
Going up against the face team of Chris Statlander, your AEW Women's Champion.
Yep.
Tony Storm, the former champion. Willow Nightingale. Queen Amanada.
Yep.
Jamie Hayter. And our girl. Well, two Aussies on the one side. Harley Cameron. Love to see it. Aussies taking over.
Okay. Who are the 12 biggest women that are currently fit and active in AEW? Not named Gianna Perazzo. That's the match.
Hey, she's the future of the division.
I think this would be fun. Like,
I'm actually keen for this Blood and Guts match. The men's one.
Just ruin my hopes in a minute. Let me talk about this one first. Yeah. I think it's really fun that you get the top 12 women. I think they've all built enough storylines across each of them.
Yeah.
For it to make sense, especially, with Harley and Mercedes and stuff. And there's obviously the now tag team women's tournament that they're doing, which also ties into some of these feuds. So that all is fine. I'm interested to see what they do as a Blood and Guts match. How far did the women go? We've seen AEW give them a long leash with the old Tony Storm, Mariah May match.
Yeah.
You've seen Stat and
Willow.
Yep. They went really hard.
Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, they went absolutely ham the other year. So I feel like this is going to be an absolute cracker. I'm keen to see what they do. I feel like there's going to be at some point in either of these matches where we're like, no, they're going to take it too far.
Of course they're going to take it too far.
That's our current stance with AEW. Like, they do hardcore matches well, but they also do hardcore matches too over the top.
Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, look, cool. I think that's a good match that's been announced for Blood and Guts, and I would be absolutely keen to see that match. Now, ruin my life and tell me who's versing the Death Riders in the men's one.
Darby Allin.
Well, yeah, I know that. That doesn't surprise me at all.
And the Conglomeration.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Really?
Yeah.
So like Mark Briscoe and Orange Cassidy and Roddy Strong.
And Kyle O'Reilly. Yep.
And Darby.
Yes.
Against the Death Riders.
Yes.
They're all going to die, aren't they?
Oh, it's going to be one hell of a match.
Mark Briscoe is going to do some dumbass shit in this match.
Yep.
Oh.
You know what? We will have to make sure that we watch it. Because I think it's not a pay-per-view. It's just going to be on...
Is it the Dynamite?
Yeah.
It's not on Full Gear?
November 13th for us.
That's Full Gear, isn't it?
No, it's Wednesday, November 13th.
Sweet. Okay, so
well, Wednesday, November 12th for America. Thursday, November 13th for us. Okay. So we'll have to make sure we watch that.
Because Full Gear, they've announced the Samoa Joes versus Hangman again.
Yes, correct.
Okay, all right.
Full-blown heel turn now.
Yeah, from Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, that's our AEW segment done for the week. We got through relatively well. We didn't shit on them too much.
I'm okay. I'm all right.
We'll get there.
What else do we have to talk about this race?
This week? What do you want to talk about next? Do you want to talk about Dave Meltzer naming...
Well, before we talk about Dave Meltzer, let's just touch on... the other thing I want to touch on from Smackdown was...
I was going to get there after.
No, we don't have much time. We got to roll through things quickly.
All right.
What did you have from SmackDown?
United States
That's all I care
Championship.
about. Yep.
Yeah.
Ilya and Nathan Fraser.
Absolute banger of a match. And now that Ilya is the champion, Sami Zayn, I'll give his credit. He can do bangers.
Thank you.
He can't do what Ilya Dragunov does.
Yeah, probably not.
And Dragunov brings another level to this game.
He brings intensity.
You saw Nathan Fraser's chest. It was just red, handprints everywhere. You saw how, like, battered Fraser was by the end of the match. And I really liked the finish because they were just going back and forth the entire match. No one really had the upper hand for too long. It was a lot of back and forth, changing that momentum. But, like, what I liked was... what exactly was the finish? The powerbomb H-bomb combo.
Mm-hmm.
So Dragunov hits the powerbomb, goes down to the H-bomb, but, like, the impact was devastating. But Nathan Fraser was still trying to fight out just at the last breath as well. Just absolutely love to see it. We had Ciampa try and take the opportunity away from Nathan Fraser. Dragunov said no. Fraser got attacked by Ciampa after the match, so you kind of assume maybe it's going to be Ciampa next week.
Or you keep teasing Ciampa's
and he just keeps failing.
shots and doesn't get it from Ilya, and then eventually he finally gets a match. I love the fact that they're going to keep this US Open Challenge running. I love that Ilya's doing them.
Yeah.
Keep feeding me these good matches because it's just the first 30 minutes of SmackDown to have like Ciampa, Ilya, Nathan Fraser, a bit of blood, a banger match. Yeah. Perfect. Keep going.
Loved it.
The one thing I don't like about SmackDown is the fact that it was on Halloween, 31st of October. It's a Halloween special. You have some stupid thing with two mascots fighting over stupid title
Well, it wasn't
belts,
even on the
whatever.
main show.
Yep.
It was on the pre-show.
Whatever, good for them. But you know what wasn't on the main show either?
What?
The Wyatt Six. You know, the spooky guys that are all like what people would dress up at Halloween as because they're spooky and Uncle Howdy.
MFT were on, they had face paint on. They were kind of spooky, right?
Yep. But like everyone's been talking about them booking this MFTs versus Wyatt Six War Games match.
Ain't happening.
And you have a Halloween episode of SmackDown that you don't put Uncle Howdy on. That doesn't make sense at all.
But also, you still don't care, right?
I don't care, but like if you were going to do it, this is the episode of SmackDown that I'd be like, no, this makes total sense that Uncle Howdy's everywhere because it's in Halloween.
Yeah. Missed opportunity. Just very quickly, Melo defeated Kit Wilson even after The Miz interfered and tried to cost Carmelo the match.
Hurry up and finish the feud, please.
Kit Wilson getting new music, new theme, new gear, new entrance. Everyone thinks Pretty Deadly are done. No, he's just out injured. Elton Prince is injured. And they're giving Kit Wilson some spotlight.
We are not.
That's fine.
We are not getting away with not watching Pretty Deadly the musical. It's going to happen.
Though when Miz came out to help Kit Wilson, I was like, this is it. This is finally it. We're going to get Pretty Deadly in the Miz.
Oh, yeah.
Remember we pitched that like, what, 2 years ago?
We did pitch that a while ago.
Maybe
with all their fancy suits and dressing. Yeah, no, we did. All right, annoy me with more Dave Meltzer stuff and then... Is that what we're doing? Or have you got more?
Well, let's just touch on the three final things. We can roll it up into two things from Raw and SmackDown. Charlotte and Alexa retained against Lyra and Bayley on Raw in the main event.
Very good match.
Banger match.
Very good match.
Raving reviews from everyone online. Alexa would back that up by defeating Nia Jax with Charlotte's help on SmackDown as well. So, does Tamina come back? Team with Nia.
Nothing's meaner than Tamina. Yeah. The one thing I want to touch on with that finishing match was the finish with Bayley and Lyra going for their moves and not hitting them at the right time, which is what caused the reversals, I guess, of Alexa and Charlotte. And then Alexa and Charlotte hitting perfectly synchronized natural selections.
They looked so good.
That is the key story to this entire feud and match is that Lyra and Bayley are not on the same page and they still aren't working well. I think it's the
story with Charlotte and Alexa at the moment. Like they're
working together.
Not friends. They're working together and they're working together very well. Yep. And it's just the other teams aren't Lyra and Bayley.
Correct.
Sol Ruka and Zarya.
Yep. Correct.
They're just not up to the level of coordination as Charlotte and Alexa.
100%.
And I love the story they're doing. I actually enjoy seeing Charlotte on TV.
Yep.
Look at me go.
Likewise.
And then, final point, I'm really happy about it. Roxanne Perez defeating her idol, Nikki Bella, in a match on Monday Night Raw.
I don't care about this because, like, why?
It's just going to be a tag team match with Roxanne and Raquel versus Nikki and Stephanie. And why are we doing that with the Women's World Champion?
But why is Nikki and Stephanie best friends now? Like you've said to me 3 times on TV, ever since a couple of months ago, they've been.
I'm just waiting for Nikki to turn.
I don't care.
Just waiting for Nikki to turn.
I just don't care.
She just wants another title. She's just playing friendly until she gets her opportunity.
I just don't care.
I still won't care after that. All right. Couple of news points before we go.
Please.
Dave Meltzer crowning who he thinks is the 2 best tag teams of the last 20 years.
Last 20 years. All right. I have not seen this.
And then we can discuss whether we agree, disagree, want to replace one or both of the teams.
Okay. Can I say that it will be?
Yeah, you can have a couple guesses first.
It'll be the Young Bucks.
Correct. That is one of the teams. And I'm not going to argue that point. As much as we want to like the overselling, the kicking out of like really brutal finish spots, no one can put on a tag team match like the Young Bucks.
And the second one, if it's one of the New Japan teams, I don't know them, so I probably can't answer that. But if it's not, I will probably. He said the last 20 years.
20 years.
Nah, I don't reckon he rates the Dudleys Hardys in that high enough. I'm going to go the New Day.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Do you want another guess or?
No, just give me
FTR.
Nah, man.
I feel like I kind of agreed with him with FTR, but also in the same breath, I kind of don't. I get what FTR are, but I can't put them in that category as the 2 best tag teams. One of the 2 best tag teams of the last 20 years.
If you are looking purely on ring work,
peak Uso Penitentiary Usos
oh yeah,
are on the level of FTR.
peak New Day.
Exactly. Peak New Day.
Like
the matches that Usos and the New Day had, put them in that echelon.
You want to look at, 20 years, you do have some time of the Hardys, of Edge and Christian, of the Dudleys. You'd have Beer Money from TNA. You would
Motor
have
City Machine Guns there.
Yep, the Machine Guns.
You have so many options.
FTR and them as the Revolution just never, they just never really got. They were always very good, and I think this is kind of what we were chatting about in the live stream with Jey Uso. I think Jey Uso is a great foil to someone in the main event. I don't think Jey Uso is the main event. I think FTR are a very good tag team as a foil to the Young Bucks or to somebody else because they hit all of the moves perfectly. They know exactly what to do. They are very, very good at what they do, but they are not the top guys, despite them saying that they are. I don't see them as the top echelon of tag teams. Controversial or not, maybe, but yeah, again, it's something else I don't agree with Dave Meltzer on.
But Young Bucks.
Young Bucks,
phenomenal,
sadly,
untouchable, untouchable. You
but
just can't argue with them.
Undisputed Era, like back in the NXT Black and Gold
Red
days.
Dragon,
DIY,
Kyle and Roddy.
Yep.
Sign me up, dude. So many
Private Party.
options. you almost
got you.
Almost
Damn it, it's worth a shot.
The only other notes that I have are the other Bleacher Report article that we want to talk about with War Games.
Sure.
And then Seth confirming that he's been out. He's going to be out about 6 months.
Yeah, so the Seth one was kind of him possibly leaking it accidentally on Good Morning Football. So he's obviously a big Chicago Bears fan. He was on their Halloween show in a Bears costume. And they were talking about some stuff for him, and he was like, yeah, no, I'm proper injured. I'll probably be back in 6 months. I don't think he was meant to say 6 months. He kind of like said it and then pulled it in a little bit. So
and that's really unfortunate that Seth's missing out on another WrestleMania.
Well, is he?
I don't want them to do another injury
It
angle.
is the start of November now. WrestleMania is the 3rd week of April. So you have literally 6 months between now and Mania.
He could be... They could do someone needs a surprise opponent, or someone needs an opponent, and it's a surprise opponent.
Like they did with him and Cody.
Yeah, and it could be Seth Rollins, because John Cena's bicep injury that he came back from, pec injury, whatever, back in the mid-20s, 2000s.
Sure was.
Yeah. That was a miracle turnaround.
Yeah.
There is every possibility that Seth Rollins could do the same because of how much he loves this business and how much he would be willing to rehab to be back on the WrestleMania stage.
And also think of Seth Rollins, even if he's healed 5 months in, it's an arm injury.
Yeah.
You don't need your arm to do a stomp. You could put him back on TV. He could do all the promos he needs. He could stomp people left, right, and center. Yeah. And he could be on TV for 3 or 4 weeks and never hurt his shoulder. Never touch his shoulder. Never have to do a bump. Never do a suplex. Never do anything. And he would be there in a story progressing said story, but not actually hurting his shoulder. So I'm not holding out complete dishope that he isn't making Mania, but I would not be factoring in him into a world championship or anything like that right now. Seth now needs to be a separate match.
Probably out of the mid-card scene as well. I feel like it'd have to be just like a separate feud for him to go with.
I think the match needs to be him and Bron Breakker. And if you're not going to give Bron the title between now and then, and if you give Bron the retiring Cena thing, maybe that's the thing you have with Bron, is that he gets to Mania and he's rolled through everybody else. And he's like, you're not giving, Paul said, I'm not allowed a title. I don't have anyone that I can fight against. No one is a worthy opponent for me. Then just give me somebody.
Burn it down.
And Seth returns.
I like that story. And then from there, as much as we said last week, when that Bron and Seth match happens now, it has to be for the title. Given the scenario, and if Rollins can make it back by WrestleMania 42 and be involved, I'm happy to let the title slip out of that picture to get that story.
Yep. That should be fine.
And then Bron can move on to the heavyweight championship afterwards.
Yep.
Do we want to go through Bleacher Report's predictions for the men's war games? Men's and women's war games.
We have 4 minutes, so you tell me.
Let's quickly smash through it and just entirely shit on it, because we're not going to be having John Cena, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and LA Knight on the same team for war games.
No, that's a horrible idea.
Dummy, yeah. And they will not be facing Brock Lesnar, Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, and Drew McIntyre. This is just an absolute pipe dream. Let's get the most stacked War Games card ever. Does it make logical sense? No. But we're going to book it anyway. Good work, Bleacher Report.
And I don't think you're not putting context into what War Games is. It's meant to be a build into a cage match. It's meant to then be complete and utter violence. Why would Roman and Brock and Cody and why would they go into that
together?
Why would John Cena go into a War Games match?
It just doesn't make sense.
So no, that is stupid. And as much as I would way prefer to watch that than MFTs versus the Wyatt Six, it's still not happening.
No. The women's, on the other hand, I am more inclined to agree with for the most part.
Sure.
The faces, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, AJ Lee, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that happening, pending Rhea's nose injury and if she's back.
And pending AJ wrestling.
Yeah, AJ Lee, I'm a bit skeptical on. She can probably easily be replaced by Bayley or Lyra.
Yeah, Maxine, the biggest babyface on Raw now.
Well, if you're going to have Becky Lynch be your captain of the heels team, Maxine could work there and she'd be pretty covered. Becky Lynch, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Nia Jackson, Julia. I'd love to see the Japanese ladies together, like all four of them in the ring, get a moment where they're all just sharing the ring, staring at one another, and then they just go full Joshi and just like beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Would be an amazing moment for them.
I can see that women's one being much closer.
Yeah, that's a much more easy to predict one. Because what else are you going to have for the women's one? There's not many other competitors.
Correct.
So yeah, Bleacher Report's not too bad. The men's one though, no.
Not going to happen.
Let's just move past that. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate all your love and support. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. Help us get to that 1,000 subscriber goal by the end of the year. We are about 86 subscribers off, so we're very close. Get us there by the end of the year, and we'll do a giveaway or something.
Sure.
We'll buy something.
We'll
give it away.
We'll give away some down under the mat stickers. And
free with every...
On something. We'll find something.
We'll get there. Share with your friends. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as well. This has been Mr. Dan Danielson. I've been Roddy Reece, and we will see you next time down under the mat. Too sweet.